Guys, how you doing? What we got here is the OKC RD-9. It's the Ranger series by Ontario Knife Company, and this one stands at about a 9.5-inch blade, 15.25-inch knife, and it's a 1/4 inch thick. Unbelievable. Weighs about 23 ounces. Got tan micarta handles on it, and it's 560 steel, so it's plenty tough, and you can still work the blade. I needed a large knife. This is a big knife. You can take a look at this. This thing is pretty big. I don't know if you can see that next to my forearm. I'm talking about a large size blade. I was looking for a large winter wood processing blade. I have some kukris, but I wanted something just a little lighter, and I wanted to try something else. And it's full tang, and I've taken it out in the woods once or twice. I'm going to show you some video of it outdoors, but I just wanted to show you the blade. A couple of guys just watched my last bushcraft video and was wondering what blade I was using, and I looked at the Hunglas by SA, and I did some research. It wasn't a 1/4 inch, and I really wanted the 1/4 inch. I just like that extra thick steel if I'm going to be buying a large knife. I'm going to be doing, you know, large projects with it, large wood processing and batoning and such. So I figured I'd give this a whirl. The only drawback I found right now is the sheath, which I've had to do a couple of small mods. It's Molle compatible. I added a bungee down here in case I wanted to attach it to my leg, which I haven't yet. I've been wearing it on a belt, and it's very comfortable in this position here. It moves around freely. You can bend down, move your legs, and you don't even feel like it's there, even when you're hiking with it. However, the piece of plastic that's inside here that I'm going to have to be pulling out again was very loose, and I'm actually going to have to, I'll show it to you in a minute because it's hard to get out, but I had to actually rework the plastic so that it fit the blade a little better. You can see what they did here. It was just a square piece, and I actually hit it with a lighter torch and melted it and compressed it until the blade no longer shook inside and fit pretty well. I'm gonna actually melt it a little bit more. What happened was that it was actually holding the blade inside, and it's slipping out a little, so I'm actually going to just melt it a little further and then wedge it back in there. I mean, normally you're going to be carrying this in a vertical position on your waist or on a pack, so you don't have to worry about it falling out, but there are times when you'll be climbing or crossing a river and you may be upside down or sideways, and you could lose this. This is a weighty knife. So what I did was I added a little piece of bungee here to these two eyelets so that I could just put it through the handle. To me, it seemed like a, you know, kind of practical way to keep this from falling out. I added another piece of bungee here with a piece of mesh metal, fire steel, so that I could use it, you know, dual purpose as a toggle as well as a fire steel. I slide it through the bungee, come up through the top, and then use this fastener here. It was the quickest, easiest fix I could come up with. I was going to sew other pieces of Velcro, try some other stuff, but this seems to work pretty well. So I will be doing a review, and I'll add it to this video. I just wanted to give you a quick look at it right now, and they come in at just about $100. The Hunglas comes in at about a couple of hundred, maybe 180, and this is 1/4 inch, and that one's only 3/16. Seems like a decent blade. I've only used it a couple of times. I don't think there's going to be any issue with toughness. Just probably the issue is with the sheath, and I got a decent size hand. I'm not saying that the handle is small, but they could have added another 1/4 inch to this for a gloved hand, and I'm not really satisfied with this flat portion of the handle here. For me, I'd rather have a little bit of dimension to it, a little three-dimensional, sort of like what the BKs have on them. But I'll tell you what, all in all, for the type of steel, the blade, and the money that you're paying for, this is a whole lot of tool for the money. All right, guys, see you in the field. pretty beefy knife, as you can see. I think I showed it to you already at the house. I'm just going to test its ability to do a little chopping and some batoning. My main purpose for this was to do some batoning because of the length, and still have the versatility of doing other traditional knife duties with it. As far as chopping, I don't think it's going to be as good as a parang or a kukri, but I would like to see how it does. Not bad. Not bad, considering it's not I mean, this is a piece of hardwood, of course. Considering that it doesn't have the weight forward design of a kukri or a parang, it will do the chopping. But I think what it's going to be best at, because of its length, is going to be some batoning. And see if it'll actually. We don't have any really nice pieces of wood to work with here, but let's see what we can do. Oh yeah, you can see that batoning with something this big is going to be pretty nice. You can go in front or behind the blade. Whew, very. I mean, that's a hard piece of wood, folks. I mean, as you can see, it's a hard piece of wood, and it handles it. So, like I suspected, a great knife for doing baton work with. How well this pommel will work with hammering, and I mean, you can see, pretty good blade. Well, I'll do some more testing with it later on, but this is certainly something that you can beat. That 1050 steel is pretty tough. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a robust blade. Whew. That's what I'm talking about. It's a nice blade. Definitely, no doubt about it. Very nice. And blade still looks decent. Well, I'm gonna have to continue using it on the trail, let you know how I make out, but as far as toughness is concerned, I don't think that's going to be an issue. And that'll be my wood processor. I like it. All right, guys. All right, I just want to test a little more of the function on the RD-9. So the length of the blade, of course, allows you to use it like a draw knife pretty decently. Of course, it is cold out here. It's about, we're down to about 20 degrees right now. And this is maple, as you can probably tell. So I mean, the blade retention on this, I mean, I've already done, wow, it's really good. I've done lots of chopping on it. And this 560 is pretty tough stuff. Just seems to be lending itself very, very well, you know. right, guys, it is what it is. If you're looking for a longer, larger blade, this is a pretty decent option.